one of the most powerful scenes in all The Wire is in the fifth season when you are in a grocery store and you're out of anybody, all these different characters, drug dealers, are trying to assassinate you. And the one person that ends up killing you is this young kid who looks like he's younger than 10 years old, just comes up behind you point blank. And it's just such a powerful scene. When did David let you see that script in advance? Because, I mean, when you see that on screen, I mean, it was just unbelievable.
First of all, David didn't let you see shit in it.
Okay. So it was basically like The Sopranos, all surprise.
You got it when it came off the presses, like everybody else.
Really?
You know, I remember that one of the first times I was on set, I was called to rehearsal, and it was in the projects, and I was being walked back to the base camp, and I saw this kid. And it was on a school day, it was during school time, school hours, and this kid was to my knowledge, visibly someone who should have been in school, and he was like, out there in the courtyards, he was dangling this bag and had all these pills in it. I remember looking at him, I was like, wow, those props look, that kid is ready, those props look real, he's good. And she said, we don't know him. That's when I knew, what was happening in the streets of Baltimore. And I've met this one young man I met during my time in Baltimore. He was maybe 16 years old, and at this time he was already responsible for maybe 30 bodies. So when you see the Baltimore riots, those were our kids. Those were children out there, like, revolting. And so when I say that, I mean the passion of the youth in Baltimore is paramount. Those kids, the young people in the streets of Baltimore are very passionate, very artistic, very outspoken. There's a lot of fire in the blood, a lot of misdirected anger, so the way David Simon had Omar go out, it wasn't about Omar, it was about the city of the future generations, which is, to me, it wasn't about Omar, it was about, we don't need any more Omars.
Correct.
We need to stop letting our kids die in the streets or being, it's like the same thing you see in Africa when those kids are being recruited to be soldiers. It's the same thing, so that's, to me, that's what Omar's death spoke to. Omar was dead the minute he left Puerto Rico. Here where he was dead, he knew he was not coming back. So it was not about, everybody wanted to see two black men, Omar and Marlo, which, by the way, Jamie Hector called me this morning, man, when I was praying, and I just want to say, man, I love that dude so much. He called me today, man. He set the tone for my day today. Shout out to Jamie Hector, man.
Oh, Jamie.
It wasn't about seeing two black men kill each other in the street. It wasn't about any of that sensationalism. That's what David did not do. He did not give you what you wanted to see. He gave you what you needed to see, and what you needed to see was that, at the end of the day, The Wire was edutainment. It was, everybody enjoyed these characters, but we need to understand that we don't need any more of these characters. And these characters are based on real people, real lives. A lot of men and women died on those streets of Baltimore so that we could tell these stories or become actors or have careers. And I don't take that lightly, That's just my thing.